Hey there, Whimsy fans! We wanted to take a moment away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout-out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel, @ChasingTheWhimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm your host, Ben. No Liam this week, but we did announce this for like the last week and a half. We got Pinky with us. Hi, Pinky.
Hello.
So Pinky had the idea in the last like 12 seconds of her Whimsy with a Z that we should do a Pinky Unplugged. Do you remember that conversation? Like where it came, like, you remember why you were like, I want to talk about more stuff?
Just because I felt like there was a limit on like what we could talk about on there.
Okay.
And then also, I think it was the time before last time, before I left, was a bit. It would have been funny if we got that on recorded, but definitely not for Whimsy with the Z.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of the Unplugged idea because Whimsy with the Z has a certain structure to it. And I think what you were trying to get at was like, there are certain topics that might not fit in. Like I'd almost have to structure an episode around like a heavier topic. So here's just an observation from me, and you can let me know how close I am. We've done 3 of them so far. And occasionally I feel like you want to say more, but you hold back.
Oh yeah.
So if I go back and listen to like those 3 episodes, and anytime you were like, ask me more, I'm an open book. Like that's kind of like.
Yeah, any of the times I was like, I mean, I don't really care. I'll keep talking. Like that's just, I don't.
Okay, so do you have opportunities in like your day-to-days? Like do you have somebody or a group that you can just openly talk about God knows what?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm trying to think here. Do you have, okay, so you and I, we agree everything's pretty much open. Like there's no no-go areas.
Yeah, as of now, I'm pretty sure, unless it comes up, then I'll just be like,
and then I'll cut that out.
No.
So the thing what I'm trying to get at is, do you have somebody that you could talk about your mom to?
Yeah.
And do you talk to them at all? Like, how often do you talk about your mom?
I bring her up occasionally. Not super, like, conversationally. They'll be like, oh yeah, this and this. She's like, oh, I remember this. Not super, like, diving deep into it, because there's also, only so much that I remember of her. It has to be, it's very situational when I talk about her. So it's not like, I guess it's not quite conversational. It's more situational.
Okay. Because when you do talk about your mom, you tend to kind of light up a little bit, almost to the point where it's like, it's something that you want to talk about, but situationally you're like, kind of like going back to your awkwardness of like, hey, my name is Pinky. You want to hear about my dead mom?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, dead mom. I'd love to talk about her, but yeah, she's dead.
But the irony is, you would really love to talk about your mom.
Yeah.
But you're just like, situation, this is not the appropriate time or place.
It's not like the time to keep talking about her. So I'm like, whatever. And I don't mind. Like, I don't mind that people don't want to talk about her or like continue that conversation knowing that she's dead. I'm like, whatever. I mean, she's going to be gone for the rest of ever, so I might as well get used to it now.
All right. Oh, that's dark.
Yeah.
I fortunately have everybody I know is still alive, basically. So it is. I think part of it, like what you were saying, is 2 years ago it might have been uncomfortable for me to bring it up, but now I'm just like, this is what we do. This is what the show was about. So I don't feel as weird about it. But I think in a position, like, if anything should happen to any of my loved ones, I would want to remember, and that's kind of where the podcast is like, I have my grandma, I got 4 hours of her. So like 20 years from now, when she passes away, it's like, I can remember those things, and you don't unfortunately have much of any of those things.
I have a lot of pictures. Like, my dad loved taking pictures of her.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of pictures on Facebook of her. And I'm sure he has other ones that he didn't post.
Were they like madly in love?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think I've ever showed you pictures of them, huh?
Uh-uh.
Yeah. He adored her.
She would have been the one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. I strive to be like them.
It's a relationship I don't know if many people will have, like your generation.
I feel like that's dating in our generation. Mark's here too. I'm like, not specifically with him, but like our generation is, a lot of it's people just kind of going around person to person. Like, they don't want a super committed one right now. They think maybe in their late 20s, late 30s that they'll find, someone to finally settle down with.
So you and Mark, you guys, like, best case scenario, your choice, you guys make it all the way through like college?
I should hope. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
And so, but yeah, that doesn't really exist much these days. Because
yeah,
a lot of people, I think there's that social anxiety part too, where people aren't used to meeting new people and kind of just doing that whole fling thing like you do in your teens and your 20s. Aw. Who's that little girl?
Me.
Look at you. That's so fun. Very cool.
Yeah.
So who do you talk to about your mom? Like, so not situationally, like if you were just having a bad day and you just missed mom, her birthday, is there anybody you would want to talk to? Be like, X, tell me something my mom did when she was a kid.
Probably my grandma, my mom's mom.
Okay.
Or my aunt, her sister. They're usually pretty, or even dad sometimes. Usually when it's more of the recent details of her, I'd ask dad.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you know her favorite color? Her favorite movie? What kind of music she liked?
Oh, she liked R&B. She liked rap. I'm trying to think. She liked E40, like his type of music.
Okay. How old was she when she passed?
She was 20. Jesus Christ! Yeah, she was like 23, I think.
Oh wow, that's so super young. And how did she pass?
She had brain cancer. When they caught it, it was pretty late. So she was like terminally ill right at the end. Like, I remember going into the Mayo Clinic to visit her. And I'm pretty sure I remember seeing her, I think what was on her deathbed in a separate room. Yeah.
How did you think about that moment, that last time you saw her?
I don't remember which time was the last time I saw her. I just know that was in a different room than normal. So I'm not sure if that was just like she was feeling better and she went into a different room, or she was feeling worse and she went to, I don't know. All of those, like a lot of the memories that I'm having of her now, which I'm like seeming to get more, I'm like, I can't place the order of them unless I like see photographic evidence of when they were put in order. I'm like, oh
Right.
yeah, that makes more sense.
Right.
Because for the longest time, I only had like one memory of her, which was her asking me if I wanted yogurt, and I was like, no. And we were still at the house, so.
Having started the podcast and this whole idea of everything that Whimsy is doing, have you considered or even thought about going
Her favorite
to
color was red.
her favorite color is red? Have you considered or thought about going to your aunt and your grandma and just be like, just tell me a story, and just like spend lose a night over, some wine, and you guys just reminisce about mom, the mom you didn't know, like the mom before she was a mom?
No, I haven't. Oh no, I think she's 24.
Okay.
I haven't really thought about that. Like when I ask questions about her, they'll talk, and usually my grandma's more willing to like talk more, like consistently.
Mhm.
So my aunt, she gets, she gets all sad, which is understandable. So I'd probably be with like my grandma, and we just go talk.
Right.
Spend the night at her house.
Right.
She lives down the road, so.
Because if anything, it's one of those things where it's like, grandma's gonna be gone one day, and then you've literally lost everything that you had connecting to your mom.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just because it's one of those things where you don't notice it until like you don't pay attention to it until you realize like it's gone.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, that's not gonna. I'm not gonna know. There's no chance of me knowing that. That's like with anyone.
Mhm.
That's like if you went, like, let's say you went to like the amusement park with your friend, and years later, you don't remember it. You don't remember that day, and they do, but then they die, and then that memory's just gone. Like there's no photographic proof.
Right.
That memory's just gone. There's no.
And no
one else knows about it. It's gone.
That moment in time does no longer exist because not a single person will remember it.
Yeah.
It's like the Coco memories.
Mm-hmm.
Does that analogy work? Because Coco was about remembering, and if you're not remembered, then you disappear.
Yeah.
Okay. See, all right. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's just like that memory it's gone. I mean, it might come back eventually, like my memories from when I was younger are coming back a little bit. Maybe, but it's the worry of that they're not ever going to come back.
If you ever did, if this inspired you to at all go stay the night at grandma's one day, now or next year, whenever, would you come back and tell us some stories about your mom?
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. What was her name?
Her name was Ashley.
Ashley. Regular spelling with a Y or double E extra S?
Regular spelling with a Y at the end. I'm pretty sure her middle name was Rose. Ashley Rose Halverson. I believe.
And you were 7 when she passed.
4.
4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did I think 7?
That's when my sister was born. She was born the day after she died.
Okay.
On her death date. She was born the day after her death date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And okay. That's how that works.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you ever worry that? It's not worry. Do you ever have a moment that you realize your mom won't be there for you to witness that moment? Like, what are the top 3 that you're like, I wish mom was here for that?
Like that have already happened or that are gonna happen?
It's going to happen.
My wedding. My graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And then the birth of my kids are important events like that. And then probably the past one, when I had my first kiss.
Oh, do you like the girl gossip thing?
Mm-hmm.
Where you come home and you guys sit around the table? Oh, dude, you're gonna make me cry now. Stop. All right, we're not gonna stop. All right. But yeah, it's all those little things too, where I don't even know if I ever told my mom about my first kiss, but she was there and she could have.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's do you ever get upset with people who are I'm mad at my mom, and you're at least you have one?
Yes and no. Like, yeah, I get like frustrated. I'm like, well, gee, at least I don't have to go through that experience.
Right.
But then like, no, because like I feel like it's reasonable to be mad at your parents.
Right. Okay. I did have one. Are there moments that you've had where, okay, religiously, heaven, or what does the afterlife look like?
For me?
Yeah.
What do I think?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea because like religiously, I don't know which one it is, but it's like I think there's something out there, like whether that be a god or aliens or both.
Right.
You know, there's not one set specific thing that I'm for sure like. I'm not Buddhist. I'm not Christian.
Right.
I'm not atheist. Like I don't remember which one that is. I don't think it's agnostic. I don't remember what it is, but there's a term for it. There's a term for it.
All right, so not so you don't subscribe to a particular god tied to a religion, but
there's something.
There is a higher power. It's not just all science and you're dead and it's gone.
Maybe I don't. There's not like one specific thing that I'm set on. Like,
so do you think mom's looking down at you?
No, but I feel like when I was younger, my grandma would say, butterflies were her.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a silly little thing, and I still say hi.
But so every time you see a butterfly, you still say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Full in your heart, like legit hi to your mom, or just like a.
I think it's a little bit of both. Like,
okay.
It's something that reminds me of her.
Right.
From when I was younger. Because my grandma related her to me with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like something to say, you know?
Is there anything other than butterflies? Like, have you ever been in a moment or a situation and then think, like, I wish she was here, and then, like, I don't know, a breeze or a fucking cup falls off the shelf or something?
Oh my god, we can talk about ghosts.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But, like, no, I don't think so.
Right.
Not that I can remember.
I don't know, and like it's weird because I don't have, I'm trying to think. Like, have I lost? All right. How did you feel when Dad got remarried?
He never got remarried. He's dating someone right now, and they're planning on moving in together. This is the second time round. So
there was one other lady before them now.
So they were engaged, but he knew he didn't ever want to get married again because he did get married before. He never married my mom.
Does that bother you? Would you have liked to have known that they were married?
Oh, maybe. I mean, it would have been like a nice touch for them, but I think I'm content with that. But so he knew that he never wanted to get married based on his first one with a crazy lady that no one in his family liked.
Did you like her?
I never met her. This was before I was born.
Oh,
this was like
he gets married.
This was like his early 20s.
All right,
because I was born when he was 30. So
okay. This is married, divorced, meet your mom.
Yeah,
the one.
Yeah, and then when I was 6, he met someone else. They have a kid when I'm 7. And then they broke up I think when I was turning 13, like that weekend. She told me in February, she's like, hey, I'm gonna leave. Like, I can't. I'm done. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I'm planning on going about when your birthday is, like sometime after your birthday, or at least your birthday party, so I can at least see you on that day. I was like, oh, okay.
Did you like her though?
It took us a while to get have a decent connection because we fought all the time before. A lot.
What did you guys fight about?
Dumb kid stuff. I was like 8 and 9, so literally just dumb stuff, not wanting to do my chores. So then I started to dislike her, obviously, because whatever. And then I got really mad when she wanted to leave because I finally started kind of sort of liking her more again. Aside from me being 7 and oh, now you're a little sister, you know.
Would she have been your main female like influence at that time?
Yeah.
So she's leaving. Is this like an abandonment thing?
Oh yeah. I still talk to her because obviously she's my sister's mom.
Okay.
And I go over to their house. It's not that I dislike her, but I get frustrated with how she treats my sister. Just, stuff like that.
Were you aware at 13 why they were breaking up?
Yeah, she was just done. She felt like he changed too much. That's about as deep as she wanted to do it. She was like, yeah, he just changed. He's not really the same anymore. I was like, almost 7 years later, yeah. Fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, like it's you're not the same person who you are
even a year ago,
right?
Like even a month ago, like
yeah, like let's see, there was 21-year-old Ben, and then there was a 26-year-old Ben, and then a 32, and then like a 36, 37, and now the 41-year-old Ben. There's
stages.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely stages, but like even gradually, people just changed. And I guess it was too far of a change for her liking.
Did you have any of those mom moments, like your first kiss that you wanted with your mom? Did you have that with the other lady?
No, she was gone and moved out. I was 14.
Okay. Did she treat you like her own? Like,
Yeah.
Did you call her mom?
Yeah, she wasn't like super biased, but she told me straight out. She was like, yeah, once I had a kid of my own, I definitely felt a different type of love because that's, something that changes.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, with no context, that sounds horrible.
There was definitely a conversation before
Yeah.
that, but that's just the key point there.
Okay. Like, I love you the same,
but
you're not mine,
yeah.
type thing. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Sort of. I don't remember the context behind the conversation, but that was something that stuck with me for sure.
And then Dad has a new girlfriend now.
Yeah, I like her a lot. She's really nice.
She have kids? Yes,
Yeah.
you said 17 son.
17 son and 11
Daughter,
year old. Yeah.
Are you guys all living in the same house?
No, we're all going to move in together relatively soon. Our lease is up in October, so we're going to find a place before then. Still about the same area.
Who do you live with now?
Dad.
Just Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's going from just my dad to...
We're gonna have a huge topic when that happens.
Yeah.
Because now you have to share.
It's not like they're pretty chill people.
Yeah, but you have certain, like, it's weird. You have certain routines now that they're gonna completely just like
now it'll be like 10:30. I'm getting off the phone, or like I'm getting on the phone to go to sleep with him,
mm-hmm.
and I'll make noodles before I go to sleep. Like I feel like I can't just do that now. When that happens.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it'll be whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be bad.
No,
but definitely, I don't think people realize it. It's all good fun and games. They're like, you watch any comedy sitcom, like it's all fun and games until you bring in like the Brady Bunch, Step by Step, and it's like, oh, it's all fun, and then you're like, he likes to do this and she likes to do this, and they're all up in my space.
Yeah. I mean,
share a bathroom.
We're looking for one with at least 2 bathrooms, okay. So at least the master bathroom, and then the second one, and hopefully 4 bedrooms, so we can each have our own. This after my sister comes, she'll sleep in my room.
Okay.
But if 3 works out, if 3 happens, he's a senior this year, so he might be going out to college after this.
Yeah, you don't have to do it for a year. Yeah. Have you noticed a change in your dad from 4 to now?
Yeah. He seemed happy with the initial lady. Until I guess towards the end, he just seemed to get more frustrated with her because she'd get more nitpicky about some of his stuff. And then now he just seems happy. Like he just seems happier in general. Like he doesn't seem to be getting frustrated as often.
Because your dad would have been in his mid-20s when Mom passed.
34.
That was 34?
He was 30 when I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a bit of an age.
And then,
Mom was 20-something.
okay, so just with age, he's just like, I'm tired of just people fucking nitpicking me.
Yeah, he's just like them. So he's like, she's really chill.
What's your relationship with your dad?
It wasn't that good for a while there.
When while? Like, teenager?
It was okay as a kid. He didn't really talk to me. I didn't really talk to him. Just because he'd get home from work, eat, and then go play his game.
How did he cope with mom passing?
I don't remember.
You're a 4. You don't know.
I don't remember. Like, I really only remember bits and pieces from back then. He'll answer questions about her. What was the question for that?
I don't remember. Hold on. Dad changed.
Oh, yeah, now?
Yes.
Oh, our relationship.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. Like, definitely in the teen years, it was kind of rough. And even up until when I started talking to Mark more, it was still pretty rough. But, like, recently it's gotten a lot better. Just talking wise, like, we'll just talk some more.
Okay, good.
Every once in a while. Like, more than, as in once in a while, I mean more than what the once in a while was before.
Okay.
So, like, still not super often.
Is there more depth in the conversations now than there was in the past? Like, a lot of just in passing conversation versus now, like, sit down and actually, like, discuss.
I feel like sometimes, yeah, nowadays, mostly because it's about moving.
Okay.
Some of the stuff he's asking me about stuff, like, for that or for, like, my work.
Okay. So he's trying to keep you in the loop.
Yeah. He's trying to get me, like, still together within that.
Okay. If somebody else wanted to have a conversation similar to what we're having, bring them on and do it as an unplugged over here, because maybe so if for whatever reason would you felt comfortable with this conversation as a Whimsy Z?
I mean, I guess.
I guess it just comes down to the
listen to this.
Okay.
Ben.
Yes.
I lied to you.
Uh-oh.
So my insecurities last time, I didn't do some of my biggest ones, and he got mad. So I gotta tell you.
Okay, what's your biggest insecurity?
Literally, just some of the ways that I look and my personality. Like I went over the basics of it, but that was just it. I just need to say sorry because he was like, "You need to tell Ben sorry." I was like, "Okay."
Like I was fact checking. Like, but to be fair,
I mean,
the question was, what insecurities do you have that you're comfortable sharing? So if there was more or that you didn't, maybe you weren't ready for it at that point. Okay. So you would have done this on a Whimsy Z, but the problem was, how do we get to this conversation?
It'd be how do we get here? And then also, I still don't know how deep I would get with it, because I know it's not necessarily geared towards me, more towards how teens think.
But other teens have parents passing away. Yeah. 3 months ago, did you think, well, I bet you would have, but like, how does it feel like after, like tonight when you go home and you're like, I cried in front of him, I talked about my mom, you're thinking all kinds of stuff, like, are you happy that you did it? Or are you going to call me and be like, turn it off?
No, I guess it's just nice to talk.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's the question I was trying to get to. Okay, hold on.
Because like I was saying before, sometimes I just feel bad talking about it. So I just try not to bring it up sometimes.
All right. Well, here's the video of Whimsy, man. We just talk about God knows what. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a place, man. If you want to talk about God knows what, come over here, because
you'll buy me food.
I buy food. Everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, I want to come on your show now."
I was trying so hard not to cry, but I felt it. You know that feeling in your throat.
Yeah,
like,
and then
spicy.
I saw it, and I was like,
"You're like fuck,
no!" And I was like, because so somewhere probably like, I don't know, 3 years ago ish, I started getting like semi emotional about like the stupidest shit. So like one of the things I think about every once in a while is like, what is the episode or the live stream in which Ben cries? And then I don't know how I feel about it. On the podcast, I think it would be fine. But then like the live stream, I don't know. I don't know if like Like it's like is it a huge downer? People are like, man, this was supposed to be mind pockets.
Like,
this was
man,
supposed to be fun,
it's lame,
right?
I was like definitely trying to. I haven't cried thinking about her in a minute.
Does it feel good? Like you like?
Eh.
I don't know. You'll process it in a little bit.
I feel like it gives me a reason to cry instead of me just crying just because.
Right.
I do that a lot.
You're a home cry to yourself.
I just cry.
Are you an emotional person?
Yeah, a little too much. It annoys some of my friends.
What are you emotional about?
Cats. Like, I'm being so serious. I'll see a sad video of like a cat, and I'll be like, there was one time that I remember in specific. Oh my god! I went up to I saved a video. It was like a comic strip of like the Grim Reaper, and there was like a cat that got run over, and I cried about it. Like at the end of it, I cried because the cat dies. Like its kitten ends up getting saved by the same old lady that was feeding it before. And then that cat gets adopted, or like, vice versa, whatever it was. And I ended up crying the first time I watched it, and then I saved it so I could show it to him, because I know he likes those comic strips too. So I show it to him. By the end of it, I'm crying again. I'd already seen it, but I was crying. Oh my god, that was funny.
Mark, is she an ugly crier? Is she an ugly crier?
Huh?
Is she an ugly crier?
You're so mean.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's such a boy.
He is.
So, all right, we're gonna throw out some topics, and you let me know if you think we could tackle on regular Whimsy Z.
Like this?
Yeah.
This is what you mean, really.
So,
Like for other people or for me?
like a monthly topic
For me?
for everybody, like across the board.
Okay.
So we're gonna because I've thought about it. So September was the month where we got to know everybody a little bit more, and then we snuck in some of those harder questions on the bottom and kind of just gauge where everybody's at. But I think it's weird because I think part of the problem is because of the age range you guys have. There's some stuff that Danielle's not going to experience for like 3 or 4 more years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think she would appreciate hearing those things.
Yeah.
Because that was her whole thing. Episode 1 was she wants to hear about everybody else's experience to know what's coming up. Mm-hmm. All right. Sex. Is that a conversation?
What's so funny over there, Mark? Huh? That's a good smile.
But do you think this group is
I think
mature enough to attempt to discuss? Well, clearly Mark's not.
I think you probably could if the.
Says the one who said that they should have a vape flavor of a monster.
Hey, it wasn't a monster. It was a Rockstar.
What do you? So I mean, obviously the conversation would be.
I think some of us could
like
probably.
How does it happen? Like, did your friends pressure you into it? Like, what was the reason why you decided to? Is it because everybody else is doing it, or it was true love and this worked out? So
I think there's definitely like a good line of question that could happen from that.
Okay.
But then again, you could probably only hope to get answers from a certain group.
Right. Yeah, like Danielle's not like, you're right, she's 11, so she's like, she's even said, she's like, I don't even think about boys right now.
Yeah. I think, that probably has a decent, at least a little bit of time.
And then I can ask Danielle what the obviously, lots of prep for that one.
Yep.
Drugs.
Yep. Yeah.
Totally relevant across all age groups.
I think so. I think it affects even the younger people because, like, I remember at least hearing about it when I was younger. You still didn't know there. I don't know.
I remember what question we were at.
I don't either.
So drugs.
Yeah.
We can. So I don't know how to edit this, but the computer broke, so we had to pick up, and I don't know where we're at. But
I think that
topics for drugs.
I think you want topics for drugs,
like about drugs.
Yeah.
Have you been offered drugs?
Yes.
What's the hardest thing that you've been offered?
I wasn't like. It wasn't like a direct offer, but I think it was coke.
And how long ago was that?
Last year.
So at 15, 16.
Yeah, like 15 or 16.
That's so crazy. I don't know. It's what.
Yeah, see, like, it wasn't a super direct. It was more like, oh, I have some, and it's not that hard for me to come by. And I've done it myself before. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's fucking drug dealer fucking lingo to be like, hey, it's not that bad. I can get you extra if you want it. Like, earliest you were when someone offered you something of a drug, a cigarette, or
I think in high school, they would just, like, hand me their vape.
that's crazy. I think it's valid because, like, a wicked study that keeps me up at night sometimes. Like, meth is now being introduced into like junior highs, like 12, 13. Like, it is bonkers to me that kids are finding drugs as early as that.
Not done.
All right, so drug conversation is good. How to prevent, what does it look like, don't do it.
I think there's definitely something there.
Okay, so this one is one that I keep bringing up, and this one I think might be one of the harder ones. Mental health, depression.
I think there's a very large category there.
Because then it goes into like self-destruction, self-harm. Like, how do you like the different types of depression, and then you get into like the self-harm aspect of it.
Yeah.
Some people might be interested or willing to talk, and some might not.
Yeah. I think you could definitely put it out there.
Right. What do you think about this random idea? All right, I come up with like a questionnaire, right, that has all your stereotypical teenage stuff, right?
Ben, this is not random. You brought this up like 3 separate times.
Did I do it on the podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit, never mind then. Leaving it alone.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think you did at the very end of the last one.
Maybe. Okay, still. All right, I come up with 20 questions, and then you guys all answer them. I don't tell anybody whose answers are what, but then I can just be like...
You put out the poll?
Put out the poll that says, of these 20 questions, 2 people scored like 15. A couple scored like, or just kind of gave a range. I guess I won't give the answer. Never mind. Like, it falls apart in trying to reveal the results, I guess. Because obviously, like, you and Mark and Alice are going to be like in the upper, like whatever the number is. You're like, yes, we're 20s.
Well, instead of names, you could put like ages. Like, if you do a Google thing, you could do ages, and then you can link this up to Google Sheets, and then 16s will file here, 15s, whatever the numbers you put in for us to click on select, and then the questions, and then you can fill it out that way. I'm sure there's another way to do it.
Yeah. Identity. Is there a conversation worth an identity?
In which sense? Like, I feel like you could go a couple different ways.
Which ways do you want?
There's definitely gender, like sexual orientation, and then like kind of how you are as a person too.
Do you have any experience in that area?
Yeah.
Which part?
All of them.
You, oh shit, hold on. I'm trying to think how you worded it, how you answered it. I don't know what the question is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's different options you could.
Sexual preference?
Oh yeah, sexual preference is another thing.
What are your pronouns?
Anyone. I don't care. I don't care.
So when you start getting into work and you have a work email, you can put your pronouns on the end. Do you identify more she, her?
I don't care. Like, for this work, oh my god. For this job, it was more like they asked you at the beginning when you were stuck in this dark room with no AC, a big swamp fan pointing at you, these people sitting at a desk with computers, and then all these the runners behind you. You turn around, look at them for like 30 seconds, and then you turn back around, and then they call your name and ask what your pronouns are, and then you get picked, and then you leave. That's how it was.
That seems kind of weird to sort you that way.
Yeah,
That's
well, it was just so they, like, based on looks, how they could run their show.
Okay.
And I was just like, anyone. And she's like, okay. I don't care. there's not like a specific set. I guess any of the ones that I wouldn't like would be like the Z's or like the neo pronouns. I feel like
yeah.
for those, for me personally, those are a bit much. Like I'd stick to she, her, he, him, they, them.
Okay.
I wouldn't like the it.
Okay.
It's like I don't care.
Fair. Sexual orientation. You're with Mark. So are you straight?
Not necessarily. Like I'm not looking for anyone else. So I guess I don't know how to explain it. Like essentially I date anyone. But I'm not looking,
regardless of
gender. I'm not looking for anyone right now. So I'm not looking for now I don't know.
Okay, you and Mark break up. Mark girl comes over. You would entertain the idea of dating Mark girl.
Oh, Mark as a girl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's so pretty.
the girl version of Mark.
He's so pretty.
So you like both boys and girls?
Yeah.
When did you realize that?
I don't even know. I guess I don't even know. Because like my aunt's bi. So like I knew the option was out there.
Okay. Ever ashamed of it?
I guess kind of with my dad because I haven't told him.
Okay.
Like I haven't told him that I don't care what pronouns or like what my preference is or like lack of preference is.
He like old school?
Yes and no. Like I think Mark brought it up one time and he was like, what did you say? It was at my sister's cheer event after we're leaving. He was like something home. Where do you think, or do you think it's wrong to be gay or trans or whatever he said? And he was like, well, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know what happens, like what decides if you go to hell or heaven or wherever you end up afterwards. So I know back then he definitely was a bit more on the homophobic side.
Okay. But you think he's grown now to the point where?
I think a little bit now. It's just more is like if you don't involve me with it, then I don't really care as much. But I don't know. So I don't think I'll bring it up to him until it seems necessary, which I don't think it will be necessary because I don't care.
Right. Have you told anybody else that you're on the bi spectrum?
Yes and no. Like a lot of my old friends, yeah, just because a lot of them were too. But then I kind of stopped being friends with them, and then I guess now it doesn't really play a part in who I am right now.
Do kids in school care anymore that a girl is bi? Like,
Yes,
is that still a thing?
No. Yes and no.
So,
if it's their whole personality, then yeah, they care because they think they're annoying and little shit. But like, they don't. I guess it also depends on like the group, like the cliques. Some of them care more so than others.
So homophobia is still alive and well out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't remember when you knowingly acknowledged that you could like a girl?
Yeah.
Do you think people struggle with that? Like trying that identity of am I or am I not?
I think so. And especially like pinpointing when. Because they compare it to other people's, I think, where they're like, oh, it seems so easy for them, but I don't know.
Right. Yeah, there's
and then like even with me now, like I don't know. Right. I have my person. I don't want to for anyone else, so I don't know if this relationship ends up not working. I don't know if I would.
Yeah. It's kind of I think it's a topic that's important and should be discussed, but I think it's because the idea behind the question is not to out anybody by all means, but like Alice on her episode last week, she was just like people do when they're comfortable.
Yeah. Did
you ever watch Heartstoppers on Netflix?
I watched the first season of it. I think there's a second season.
Wasn't it good?
So cute.
Wasn't it so good?
So cute.
Alice told me to watch it. I watched both seasons. I killed it, man.
I still haven't watched the second season. It was cute though.
It was cute, but I like that whole idea of like you come out whenever you're ready. Yeah. But okay. What other topics are there? What else am I missing?
I think like identity as a whole, like who you feel like you are as a person, and then I don't know what else we could talk about.
Do we go deep dive on like do you? Because I think I hinted at it once. Like, do you like who you are? All right. So definitely, I think there is an opportunity for those bigger topics. I don't know how much like those episodes would probably definitely be a lot shorter than like the hour that we've been going.
Yep.
Do you like doing hour-long episodes, or would you prefer listening to be like half an hour?
I think some days, like, maybe it might be nice to just have a little short one, especially if it's kind of like slow.
Yeah. All right. So, what else we got going on? I don't think I have. I do like the unplugged idea of one to kind of give everybody else kind of an outlet to be like, we touched on it, but it doesn't really fit. But I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you feel more? You're a weird one because you present very confident of yourself. So, like talking for the last 3 months, like I was going to ask, like, do you find yourself like doing the podcast? Does it add an extra level of confidence or just comfort in talking into? Scratch that question. Do adults ever talk to you with any like the conversations that we've had for 3 months? Like, do adults ever come to you and ask you to talk about any of this stuff that we've done? Like, is it nice to talk to an adult about fucking serious or stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I guess like the only person who's really talking about that is, I guess, like one time my grandma, she tried to, but I was like, I was too like, I don't know, I guess my answers were weird and she was kind of whatever about it. She just wanted to leave it be. And then like Mark's mom, like we definitely won't talk about this stuff, but it's not like she's talking to me like how teachers talk to students, you know?
Right.
It's just talking just to talk.
Yeah.
Very not super often though.
Is it easier to talk to me than it would be like if your dad wanted to have a
this conversation? Yeah. I think it's just because I feel like he won't really judge me, and I'm not stuck seeing him. Like I could literally just stop this at any time with him. I'm living with him and relying on him.
Okay.
I guess that's probably why I don't care as much, is because I can literally just stop this right away.
Mm-hmm.
Even maybe that's even why it's kind of sometimes easier, just like with the insecurities thing. Like I was really vague with it here, and then I was also vague with it with him until I got more specific about it one time, and then it came up again on here, and then I was still vague about it. And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Well, it's because I can stop this at any time." Like I think I'm just realizing it now because I can literally just stop this right now, but I have a deeper connection with you. And just cutting it off like that and not having to think about bringing that up again is so much harder. So I think just because there's no ties, there's no specific ties.
Right. Okay. You got anything for me?
When did you start getting offered drugs, or did you seek them out yourself?
Dude, I was like, I was such a prude back in the day, man. Like, nope, hold on, I lied. Nope, I lied. I was a prude, and I was like way kind of like, but it would have been, okay. Started working at 16. There, I witnessed all kinds of weird drug stuff going on there. Everybody, whatever manager was there and whatever friends were there that were doing it, they respected that. I didn't want to, but I watched it. It was fascinating to me. I think freshman year, what is that, 14? Yeah, 13, 14? Junior high, no. Like my friends started smoking cigarettes like at like 13, 14.
What year was this?
13, 14?
Was this
like 96?
I was going to say like the early 2000s.
No, I'm old as fuck. Yeah, back when like I know it's like kids today don't smoke cigarettes.
No, that doesn't taste good.
Yeah, but you look way cooler. No. Like I'm not condoning smoking cigarettes, but there is definitely a cool look about fucking smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, but you don't smoke it after.
Oh, absolutely, but I looked cool.
Did you?
No. I didn't even start smoking until I was like 20.
Oh yeah, then you no.
Yeah.
I guess like some people can pull it off. It's almost like an aesthetic. Like you have to look right for you to look cool.
Do you know what it is? It goes back to old timey advertising, like old TV guides and stuff, there was always that one guy who's like leaning up against the thing, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what marketing, like it works. Because you can't market vape right now. So, because you don't look cool vaping. Like, I'm sorry. I vape. It is what it is. Yeah, I would say friends started smoking 13, 14. I saw the hard drugs when I started working at 16, which was just fascinating to me.
Yeah, like I've never seen them done in front of me, at least to my knowledge.
That's weird.
But like I've heard of my friends, like I know my friends that do. We're kind of sort of we were more friends last year.
Would it make you uncomfortable if you went to a party and you saw a bunch of people doing coke?
I think maybe a little bit.
Would you walk away and leave, or would you sit and watch and just
I'd probably watch from
take it in?
a distance.
Okay.
I wouldn't stay super close.
But just to see what it's like, what it is.
Unless I was there for one of my friends' safety.
Yeah,
then I'd stay closer.
Have you been to one of those parties yet where you're just like,
no?
Do you kids party still? Like,
I know in my freshman year there was some juniors that would throw parties like every weekend, every other weekend. But I think they just had a really big friend group, and those parties were more just like hangouts that were sometimes had a theme. But I don't know. If there is, then I'm not getting invited to them because I'm lame.
Yeah. So
I feel like there was a lot better party culture.
Oh, 100%.
Back then. And
100%.
I was like so looking forward to it, but also nervous that I wasn't ever going to get invited to it. But I'm thinking now, because it's not even like as big of a thing, not getting invited to one isn't that big of a deal.
Fucking 90s parties were the shit, man. Okay. This is my platform because I won't dive too much into it on the Z's.
When'd you graduate? What year?
01? Question mark? 02. 02?
Okay.
I think 01. I think 01. So we saw the drugs. I knew friends were just smoking. They didn't do anything harder. We didn't see weed until, I don't know, like junior, senior year. I know. But alcohol was always a big thing. Like, is alcohol a thing now?
Yeah. I don't know if it's, like, I don't know how big it was back then, but, like, I guess it's still a thing now. Like, kids will steal the packs that they have at, like, the Circle K down the street of, like, the shots, the fireball shots.
Uh-huh. Because I definitely drank in high school. Junior, senior year-ish.
The only times I drank is, like, with family. And it was, like, at Disney World. I was trying whatever drink they're having.
I don't drink anymore. Yeah. I guess I wasn't that big of a prude, because I did see some of it in 16, 17, 18. But I guess it was just, it was all my one group just happened to eventually just hit all of it. I thought you had something. I'm like,
okay. What was there like an average about time when people back then would lose their virginity? Like,
okay, hold on. Okay, so.
Or like, was it just.
Okay, so I was a sophomore. Okay, so 18 minus 4 is 14. So 15, Greg had a baby. So
was he just 15?
Yeah.
So he was 14.
14, 15-ish. Like, it was yeah. So I remember getting up out of class and just walked out so I can go with him to the hospital for his son to be born. And like, to me, it's, I do like that we were accepting of it. Like you messed up, dude. And but we didn't shun him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's right in that 14, 15 range. I think for most of the kids back then. Is that a similar age now still?
I think about.
Well, some things will never change. Do they still have sex ed in school?
Yeah. It's required for you to graduate.
When did they teach that?
Freshman year.
Okay, so that's all right. So that's
It's,
right.
only, it's only a semester long class.
Oh, they do a whole semester? Yeah, we did a really, really weird, awkward day.
Oh no, we had a really weird awkward day in like the 6th grade.
Yeah.
The 6th grade, and then an actual thing again.
Okay.
Yeah, because like for our school, you have to have a semester of PE, and a semester of health. Just sometime before you graduate. It doesn't have to be freshman year. That's just when they try and get it done.
Mm-hmm. Are there teenagery things that you've done that you regret and you wish you would have waited? Like you vape, but do you wish you didn't vape?
I wish it didn't.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as much as it used to be.
What? So how? Okay, I guess it's the same thing: cigarettes versus vape. But a friend just comes up and was like, "Try my vape."
A lot of it, I'm not even lying. A lot of it was more just secondhand, like in the bathrooms.
Okay.
And they'd just like blow it in my. I'm like, oh my god, that's so good.
If this smelled like a cigarette, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If all vapes were
Nasty tobacco.
tobacco flavored, I don't think a lot of the people would be vaping.
You know what?
Don't they even have like tobacco flavored vapes?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because the tobacco company is still thriving.
I know. Well, it's because old people.
Okay, random conversation. Do you think when the old people die off, so 40 years from now, do you think tobacco use takes a dramatic drop?
I think maybe not as dramatic, but like definitely a decent drop, and then I think vaping will still be steady.
I agree. I think vape is here to stay.
Yeah.
But because if the idea is an older person smokes cigarettes, so when they stop smoking, who's going to pick up after them?
Yeah. I think it'll definitely be a drop.
I wonder if the tobacco company is even aware of this.
Probably. I don't know the brand. What's that one? The Marlboro.
Marlboro, yeah.
They've been going strong for a minute.
Fun fact: they are one of the top 3 most recognizable brands in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If not recognizable, one of the most profitable brands in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
They're expensive.
When I was buying cigarettes, we, as my little group, agreed that we would never spend more than like $4 or something on a pack of cigarettes. Now they're like $9 a pack. I don't know how people do it.
I feel like a lot of these people, if smoking was never a thing, and all these people saved up their money, if all these people that were smoking, like putting all the money into the stuff that they're smoking, or put it into a savings account instead, there'd be so many more rich people in the world.
Absolutely. Well, maybe. Okay, so we're going to thought exercise this. In theory, on paper, that makes sense. But then what do you do? So I smoke because it helps de-stress me. It's a conversation, like it's a social thing. So if I don't smoke and I have all this extra money, do I use that money then to filter it into some other stress relief?
Well, yeah, probably like medications of some kind.
So you get rid of cigarettes and now everybody in the world is medicated.
Yep. Or food. Or taxes. It'd just all be going into taxes. Taxes would be higher. Because they know everyone's keeping all this. Like, if you're going through a pack a week, and let's say they're like, for now they're like almost 10. Let's just say they're 10. Some places they charge up. So they're all 10. You go through a pack a week. It's 4 to 5.
Okay, no, realistically,
4 to 5 per month.
No, you're looking like no one smokes 2 a day. Like people are smoking like a half pack a day. So we're looking at $30 a week, $120 a month on cigarettes. Times 12 months is like 1,044. And you've been smoking for 5 years.
That alone is like.
So we're like $8,000. Yeah. So over 5 years, do I not? I'm sure there's studies somewhere that say like there is a study, and I don't know what it's on, but the problem is like where you're at is like if you remove this dangerous element, a different dangerous element takes its place.
Yeah.
Like there's like the ecosystem, right? Like if we kill off all these tigers that are like just eating all my goats,
then there's gonna be too many goats, and then the goats eat too much grass.
right? And then it's like we should have just stuck with the cigarettes.
Yeah.
Does school talk to you guys about drugs?
In health,
Do they
there's like a unit of drugs in health.
don't do coke, don't do heroin? But did they ever be like,
It's like the effects of it.
does DARE exist anymore?
So yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you have a DARE picture? Oh.
No, not that touching.
I think that's all I got for you. I think it was a decent Unplugged. Definitely get into the stuff. It's an hour 8 plus the 8 minutes took me to restart my computer. I don't think we've mentioned this one, but would you be interested in recording me on the off week about my experiences of what we've done? So like September, you would record me, and then we would talk about the questions, the answers,
Yeah,
and some
I
of those
think
things.
so. And then eventually, kind of after that point, once we find a good medium, we could probably just talk about you. You're like, no, there's a reason I didn't say that.
It's weird. So I would be willing to talk about just about all of it. I'm just trying to figure out a place where it's the boundaries, I think, is what I'm trying to maintain. Is like Whimsy with the Z is like we talk about drugs. I don't want to glorify and it'll be like, oh, my time with drugs was amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's not the theme of the show. So like where your question was like not so much of, it was more like the win in like how it was presented to me. So, okay. If we did a Ben week or a Ben month, how do we do that knowing that I have to fill at least 3 weeks worth of content?
Or just you.
If that's what I don't know. Or
You could do a Ben week every month.
just
A Ben episode a month.
okay. Oh, and maybe
so it wouldn't be too much, and it'd give me time to think about stuff. Like if I go through an experience, it'd be like, hey, has this ever happened to you? How did it go?
Would you keep it on theme of what your guys' episode was?
Maybe. Definitely. I feel like probably some of those questions would have a good chunk of what to do with it.
Okay, we could do that. I like that. All right. And then we just, whatever happens. All right, deal. So we will try and work out next month, October? October?
I open Saturday. Not this Saturday.
You start work on Saturday, next Saturday.
This Saturday. No, we got to
21st.
21st, yeah.
You excited?
I'm very excited.
Is this your first like real jump? Like you filled out all your tax paperwork and everything else?
No, we're having so much trouble with that. Like, so the first time I got sent the offer letter,
Mhm.
I didn't, when I was checking my email, I didn't see any of the, there's like the background check ones, the emails that I got to, I didn't see any of them until they all expired. And she hasn't been able to send me any new ones. And there's like a whole other list of people that also have stuff that they need to get finished before we can do stuff. And she can only do so much because she's also hiring for Fear Farm, which is, they can hire a lot more people.
Right,
So
yeah.
she's hiring those 100 plus people plus whatever our people is. So I've gotten the offer letter like 2 or 3 times now. I've sent in the application twice because I didn't send it in with the picture the
Right.
first time.
Are you nervous at all about
Well, I'm nervous that I won't get it filled out in time and that I won't be able to work.
lame?
I know.
Have you met anybody, hung out with anybody there? Like, do you have like new work friends?
No, I have friends from school that work there.
Oh, okay. So you guys just all kind of did it together. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like,
And then kind of sort of not really friends. Like I'll talk to them if they're in my section.
Okay.
People.
that's exciting. Next month we'll definitely talk about what it was like to fucking work a haunted house.
Today I have the call thing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is our last rehearsal, or like not rehearsal, but like practice run through.
Mm-hmm.
They're all for like 2 hours, from like 7 to 9, sometimes to 10. And then Wednesday's press rehearsal, and then Saturday we open.
Very cool.
Your farm for their practice thing is on Thursday. Their dress rehearsals Thursday and the open Friday.
Do you have a bank account?
Yeah, 2.
Savings? Checking.
Savings and checking.
So you have your debit card. So it'd be the first time you'd be like direct deposit and check into
I
it.
have a credit card.
Oh shoot, we should definitely talk about that.
Well, it's under my dad's name. Like it's through his account, but I have it because it's under my it's on his account. It has my name on.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna put a pin on that because that's a wild conversation. Credit card
money
and credit card debt is just fucking like, it is fascinating how much you kids will spend and just fucking charge it. Like your guys is.
I don't think we comprehend that money isn't there and they have to pay back.
Like yeah,
just forget.
100%. So someone write that down. Next month we're gonna topic of like, do you understand the value of $1?
It's so much smaller than what it used to be. Did you know that if we look at what the Great Depression was then, and we transfer our money, our values, and we switch it with our stuff right now, we are in a worse state economically than we were in the Great Depression.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Ooh, okay. How economically? What do you mean?
Like the rate of which their dollar was crap than it was worth.
So the dollar is worth less than it did back then, comparatively.
Oh yeah, already we know that. But like, if we take all the money we have now and all the money that they had then, it's worse than what they like. The standards at which they had money are worse now than they were then.
Oh, yes, but the time was completely different.
The time was way different. The needs are different.
Like,
but if we're talking purely money, it's worse. And it could have gotten better now because that was like a year ago that I saw that and the whole thing for that.
Oh, that's it. Do you ever jump down a rabbit hole? Like, do you have someone that you can random like discussion debate those type of things?
No.
You should come on and pick a topic and come on because I love talking stuff.
Because I don't know. Like, I don't know what to talk about and debate with. Like, I absolutely would. Like, I'll pop off with Mark. I'll just be like this. And he's like, actually, no, that's really wrong. And I know I'm wrong. And I'll just pop off. And then it ends up being silly.
I'm trying to think. Because, like, the conversation we had at work was, like, the generation gap and just trying to understand the difference between, like, boomers, X, and then, like, millennials. And then they're like, and then, because, like, it's fascinating because every generation hates every other generation.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, even just like the freshmen.
Yeah.
As a junior,
like
suck.
You talk
at my school, suck.
You talk to like an older person, like a boomer or like a early Gen X. Like, I hate kids. Like, they're just like the same thing. Like, the attention span.
Just all just like kids,
right? And it's like, and it's funny.
We're all so similar, but then we all.
It's the exact same argument my mom had with me that I have with my son. It's just replace TV with internet. And it's just like, it blows my mind of how similar we are all.
And imagine how far that went back, like in time, like to when early people were, like how frustrated the parents must have gotten.
To be like, all he wants to do is ride his horse.
Yeah. He won't come inside.
Yeah. All right. If I come up with a random topic, I'll let you know. Maybe come back on and we can just we'll debate a topic or two. Give you a chance to research it a little bit.
Oh, well, by debate, are we being like our opinion on it? Because if you do a very opinionated one, I'll be a lot better at it than research wise.
Right.
Or you could probably do. Well, the last time I had a research based debate was a minute ago, so I don't know. Maybe I'd do better now.
It'd probably be like semi-observational. Maybe it'd be like I don't know. I don't have anything good in my head right now. But yes, Yeah, I'll be coming back on. We'll just hang out and we'll just. Because I would be curious on what a teenager view on something is.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right. Oh, we're definitely going to be over an hour. Sorry, guys. Deal. That's all I got. Hey, thanks you for coming on.
Yep.
I appreciate you. It was fun. So if you ever have, like I said, a topic, or anybody listening has a topic that they don't feel would fit in Whimsy with the Z, but wants to be able to talk about it, by all means,
I'll be here. I'll talk.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good night. Whimsy.